Coming and seeing the direct impact in schools here in Central Wisconsin, what does it mean? What do you guys gain out of being here?
Absolutely. Well, today we're focusing on career and technical education at SPASH. It's a great high school. I've been here several times over my career, and it's always fun to go back and talk to different kids that are in different parts. And Central Wisconsin is a real important part of the state. We have obviously UW Stevens Point, but there's North Central Technical College, Mid-State, and together I'm always amazed at how well they work together, like high schools and K-12 schools and higher education, and providing kids everything from PhD type work at UW Stevens Point to what you see going on with the technical colleges, and then that creates a good workforce for the future. Obviously, we have a shortage of workers in the state of Wisconsin, and as long as we have good schools, we're going to have good workers, and so that's why I'm here.
Obviously, you're what now? 2 days into the second term. I know you had a couple of meetings yesterday with local mayors about shared revenue. We got $6 billion just hanging around. What is the plan, I guess, for shared revenue at this point, or is there one yet?
Yeah, well, there's several. I know that the Republican leaders have been meeting with different groups, and I know the Counties Association and municipalities have their plans, and I have a proposal also that I talked about during the campaign. The good news out of all that, no matter what happens, there's going to be increased revenue for the municipalities and the counties in Wisconsin. That will happen. And there's been no agreement on that, but the fact that everybody's talking about it and is behind it, I feel confident that we're going to move forward. Met with those mayors yesterday, had a great conversation, and we're going to work collectively to make sure that that happens.
And then just to follow up, I know obviously you've had meetings with Republicans. Some Republicans, though, did come out and say you were maybe a little partisan in the speech yesterday. But is this one of the things that both you and the Republicans agree on right now, is that we've got to find a way to boost shared revenue?
No question, but there are also other things I talked about that they agree on, that I know they agree on, whether it's fixing the darn roads, issues around broadband. So I think there is lots of opportunities for commonality and finding common ground.
Any surprising things you heard from students today?
Well, you know, the youth apprentices, maybe you can still see behind me. That was, I mean, the whole program that they have of SPASH is really quite extraordinary. But, you know, we hit a high watermark with youth apprentices in the state of Wisconsin at 15,000. And that continues to grow. And the basic theory behind it with those youth apprentices is to have people start thinking about what their future is going to look like. And the young men that were part of that group that we just talked to, that's exactly what they've done. And they've started to map out their future because of being a youth apprentice, working with companies all across Central Wisconsin. So, but all the programs are important, career and technical education. Thinking that we saw a course that's taught by a math teacher and a wood teacher, and it looked at trigonometry and how you put things together with wood. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that.
Anything else you guys want to add, I guess, about today and your stop? I guess I would near on what do you two gain being along with Governor Evers and getting to see this as well?
Well, so Stevens Point is really personal to me. My father actually went to UW Stevens Point on the GI Bill, and my cousin goes to UW Stevens Point today. And so I always like coming out here, meeting, talking to folks, and it's such a beautiful part of the state.
So I serve as a ranking member of the Workforce Development Committee in the Assembly. It's something that the workforce shortage is something that I hear from all of our local employers about. We're hearing about it statewide, meeting with local employers today who are working with our youth apprentices from SPASH. Really strengthens that tie and helps promote this program so more young people can get involved early, hone their skills early, find their career path. And in some cases, we heard from young people today, they thought they wanted to do one thing, they learned in person that it wasn't for them, and they're already fine-tuning and pivoting to a new career path, and that really supports our local employers. It's going to help them find reliable, hardworking young people to continue on the tradition that so many people in central Wisconsin have, which is a huge manufacturing heritage and economy, and it's wonderful to see so many manufacturers in central Wisconsin benefiting from this program at SPASH.
And we talked quite a bit on the tour about how our high schools looked nothing like this. I'm sure that's got to be kind of at least heartening to see that there's these opportunities for these kids to maybe go and find their way a little earlier in life.
Absolutely, and there has been both state and federal funding. We learned today investing in expansion and as well as some of the equipment, and the state has Fab Lab grants, they have equipment grants. It's something that I personally want to work on in the legislature to make sure we're equipping our schools with the equipment that they need to help young people succeed and really get a job early on in life, and that benefits everyone. It benefits our economy, it benefits employers, and it benefits families.
Last question.
National News Literacy Week begins January 23rd, and I know it's not the most well-known awareness week out there, but in Wisconsin we've seen a bit of a bloodbath when it comes to news reporters losing jobs. There's a big tendency to kind of bypass the press and go to Facebook by municipal agencies, government officials across the board. We seem to be losing almost that independent news that makes our country great. And I'd love some comments from you guys on the importance of news literacy and how it could maybe, the shortage of reporters in our community could maybe be addressed at the state level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something I think about a lot. And the nice thing about it, the newspapers in the state now are talking about the same thing. I know it's a sweet, but they've been talking about it for some time. We do need to have an independent journalists in the state of Wisconsin and across the country. A lot of the reasons I think one of the reasons we as a country and as a state become so polarized is that you pick what news you want, and that's your point, and somebody else picks over here. And obviously the journalistic point of view, either right or left, what we need is independence. And so whatever we can do at the state level to encourage that, we will. I think it's really important to get kids involved in journalism right here at the high school level and junior high level so they understand the importance of independent journalism.
All right, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you.